Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome back. It's episode 384. I think that's what it was. Wow. On a Saturday, we've got a lot to talk about. They did it. I don't know what was going on. I guess the Americans and the Israelis were just like, let's just wait for Matt to end his stream. Wait for it. Wait for it. Okay, he just said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good evening. Now let's do it. And boom, they decided to attack Iran. Obviously, as soon as the market closes, it wasn't as soon as, of course. We did take our sweet time, I guess, or they did, on preparing the strike on Iran overnight. If you didn't hear, it's all over the news. The United States and Israel striked Iran, and we are officially in a war. Now, how did Bitcoin react? Well, as you can see, we've got a lot of green candles, so obviously there is some good stuff that came out of this. First of all, this red candle, not so pretty. 3% immediate drop, no questions asked. I haven't even zoomed in as much, but I'm going to zoom in at the 15-minute chart. I'm just going to refresh the whole page first because it's not even loading properly. Get out of here. Also, in the meantime, just clearing all this stuff. Okay, back to what I was saying. This is the drop that happened at about 1 a.m. While you and I were sleeping. Boom, strikes were happening in Iran. We went from 65,000 Bitcoin all the way down to 62,981. Did I not say 62, 63,000? How am I so good at predicting stuff? Drop a like or something. So from there, yeah, devastating drop. And hey, look at that coincidence with that uptrend line. It's not even connected to it. That is so perfect. Look at that. Makes me further believe in this uptrend, for real. Now, the fact that we survived a whole war, and yeah, I think at this point it's practically over. Everybody's dead in Iran. Like all the leaders, all the big bad guys, if you want to call them that. Yeah, they are pretty much gone. We're gonna get into all of that. I know, spoilers. It's all over the news, you guys already know. I'm just saving it for my news portion, trying to balance it out between the crypto news and the actual news, the geopolitical stuff. So we dropped from there all the way down to 62,981 and managed to recover all the way to basically 68,000. 68,181 was our highest ultimately. And we're kind of hovering around there. As soon as I clicked start, we decided to drop. Okay, whatever. 67,730 is the price of Bitcoin. That's pretty good. A lot of altcoins are also celebrating. Ethereum above 2,000. Solana, why are you not above? Okay, well, fair enough. Bitcoin has to be above 70,000 for Solana to be about 90. I'll get into all these other coins soon as well. But all of this just further reinforces the whole idea of an uptrend, in my opinion. This is perfect. This is exactly what we needed just in time for March as well. Today's February 28. We're about to end this month. It's just looking even better. Like, I was kind of shaky with my thesis about can we or can we not really rise to what I was expecting. Next week I was expecting Bitcoin to be above 70,000 and the 2 weeks after that to approach 80,000, and ultimately something is going to be in the way for us to slow down due to technical analysis, right? Doesn't really have to, right? Fundamentals will always be technical analysis, but it's always nice to, speculate on the future. That's what I kind of try to do on the channel. Now, that is looking more and more likely as time goes by, which is excellent. I love that. And the stuff with Iran, finally, that's why I put finally in the title. I'm not saying that finally we killed the leader. I'm not saying finally we're going to war. I'm just saying finally we can put the subject kind of behind us. Is it too early to celebrate? Maybe, because they're saying that they're going to prolong this. It's going to take days, weeks, maybe months. I really don't think it will. What's the point of continuing it? The leaders are gone, find a replacement, and behave, is basically what Trump is saying. We'll get into all of those details, but yeah, Ayatollah killed. Once that news broke out, everything started rising. We're like, we got it. We did it on the first try, first attempt. Ayatollah killed. Regime change confirmed. Right? Maybe. The Saudis are also getting involved in this war in our favor to attack Iran because they were attacked because we had air bases there upon Iranian retaliation. It seems like they kind of blind fired, like, oh no, all our leaders are dead. Just mass missile barrage, literally everything in our neighboring countries, including, I don't know why we're attacking the Burj Khalifa or all these famous hotels in, where is it, Bahrain, Dubai, whatever. Like, all that stuff, just desperation from the Iranians. So much for all that tough boy talk, am I right? Everybody's literally posting all of Ayatollah's previous quotes about death to Israel, death to America, and then he's like, haha, dead, lol. That's the whole Twitter feed right now, but yeah. Okay, we're gonna get into all that. So, my point still stands even stronger now. 70,000 Bitcoin next week, 80,000 in the next 2 weeks after that. Should be great. We'll see how that goes. Accurately predicted that bottom too. Awesome. I think it's safe to remove this downtrend line on Ethereum. Uptrend confirmed from here on. How will we do this? If it looks similar to what we drew with Bitcoin, then the drop that we had today, yes, that's falling in line as well. Right on that support level too. 1,834, right exactly there, that's crazy. Uptrend for now invalidates at 1,800 for Ethereum. I managed to say, you know what, as long as we stay above 1,800, we are good with Ethereum, and we still are. And matter of fact, we're so good that we just broke above 2,000. Current price is 2,037. Excellent for Ethereum. How high can we go? That's up to Bitcoin. Who cares? Moving on. Solana, $87.78. About to approach 90. I think we'll be there a bit prematurely due to Bitcoin's estimated rise on my behalf. Like I said before, the equivalent of Bitcoin... Oh, here we got a bit of a... Anyway, still looks good. The equivalent of Bitcoin rising above 70,000 is the same as Solana above $90, let's just say. And then Solana's a volatile coin. I would expect it to be above $100 at like 75,000 Bitcoin, let's just say. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. 80,000, that could be about like 110. We'll say. I don't know yet, but we're going to have to see with next week's pivot levels, all that kind of stuff, what it will bring, which resistances it's going to point towards. That's what we should keep our eyes on for now. This downtrend line, easy to break in my opinion. We will be following this uptrend line. Very optimistic about the upcoming weeks. I am. Hyperliquid, up 13%. Told you it was a fake out. Look at that. Immediate breakout. No resistance whatsoever at 30. I mean, we kind of did over here, so fair enough. But that's no longer valid. Get that out of the way. How high can we go? 33 is what I would expect. Not immediately, but like in the upcoming week. Yeah, I'd say 33 makes about most sense. We'll see where pivot level lands. We have to wait for that calculation. Super trend flipping over in our favor now. Invalidating at 2469. That's plenty of room. We're good. We're so good with Hyperliquid. I'm loving it. I'm kind of speeding through these, although I am taking my time. Because I do really want to talk about the news. There's so much. There's so much. I don't even have that many posts pulled up, but I'm just going to go like through back-to-back-to-back posts talking about all this stuff. Solana, no, this is Sui, sorry. 93 cents. We dropped to a low of 82 cents at our worst. Fear of war. Testing that uptrend. Super trend line, which is still valid. Despite the fact that we made a lower move like this, I think it is still valid. We're heading toward $1 here. 82 was where I mentioned absolute bottom for it. Worked out like a charm. We're on our way up here. Looks good. Looks good. We do break above $1. It's going to be marvelous. Matter of fact, if anything, I should have maybe longed around here. I don't have money. I would have, though. I was paying attention. I don't know. I was working today too, so in the middle of me working, of course, all this stuff starts happening. I start getting all these notifications on my phone that, oh, we're attacking now. And we're like, okay, well, great. Obviously on a Saturday of all days. Why not? The day where US stock markets are closed. Thanks to the 24-hour rule. But you know what is never closed? The crypto market. So who cares about the cryptos? They're already down anyway. And if you're wondering why we didn't crash like actually a lot, I would say that we really had this priced in for the past 2 months, really. Like we've been talking about a war with Iran for as long as 2026 has been a year. So it's just like, hey, what are you doing? So it's like, yeah, we kind of already expected this. We're not going to react as soon as the news happened, although we still kind of did. But we were going to react preemptively because we just don't want to be exposed to this kind of volatility. And I mean, yeah, we shook out the weak hands. Whatever was remaining of the weak hands got shaken out over here. It wasn't even that bad of a drop. Like I said, 3%. It's not too bad. And now that they're all gone, now that the war, I'd say the war is technically over, but they're still going at it. They're still launching missiles at each other. But, I mean, their leaders are gone. That was the main point of the strike, in my opinion, is for that regime change. Okay, now you've opened the door for a regime change. Stop with the rhetoric. Stop with the narrative. Let's move on from the subject. Let's no longer talk about Iran. I think we still will, though, because they're saying it's going to be prolonged, and other countries are getting involved. And what's going to be the next replacement, all this kind of stuff is still being talked about. There are still very pro-IRGC people who are obviously avenging or retaliating. That's the whole case that's going on there too. So we got to watch out for that, what they decide to do. Litecoin, great bounce as well. Never doubted it for 1 sec. 51 was our ultimate lowest when we bounced over here. Current price is 55. Looking great for Litecoin as well. Downtrend. What downtrend? We followed this one pretty perfectly too. Uptrend invalidates at 50, 67 for now. Great. BitTensor, same deal also. Following the uptrend, simple adjustment over here. Didn't even drop that much. Well, 5% plus a 2%, that's about 7%. It looks so tiny on these charts, but this is a really volatile coin. Great for trading, if I had the money. 185 is the current price. Lowest we hit during fear of war, 165. 161 is where uptrend invalidates. We're totally fine. We're headed toward 200 next. Currently meeting a resistance at 186, which we have tried to poke above a couple of times, and we currently are testing that right now. We have enough room to run with it. I think we absolutely can reach 200. We'll see. Chainlink. Well, look at that. As predicted. That's pretty accurate. I'm sure this will also start rising soon. Dude, this is awesome. Yeah, it's practically predicted. There you go. $9.13 right now for Chainlink. I guess I'll just remove my drawings now that it's played out as expected. Okay. No, I did not know. I know I did not have insider information. Otherwise, I would have longed defense stocks and stuff like that. Markets are closed. How are you supposed to take profit right now? The war is over. Now, people are saying another reason why we haven't seen crypto drop as hard is, well, due to the fact that it's an illiquid Saturday. Just wait until futures markets open. Then everything will actually start to react. And to that, I would say maybe you are right because of literally what just happened not so long ago. I think this past weekend. Hold on, I had it saved somewhere here on my phone. Let me pull it up. It was due to the tariff stuff and war uncertainty. As soon as futures market opened, oh, I remember now, it was the 15% tariff that Trump increased everything by, right? He increases the tariffs on a Saturday after adding 10% tariff on Friday. Saturday it was 15%. Nothing happened. The crypto market didn't move as much. Matter of fact, we rose. And then, well, Sunday evening, futures markets open, and then Bitcoin starts crashing. It's like, okay, great. Yeah, that's because that's when Wall Street starts joining in. Import the Wall Street, become the Wall Street. We are basically a stock at this point. Stock with like premium overnight and weekend trading, which it's never bullish, which sucks, right? I feel like most of the time it never is, really. But anyways, at least it leaves room for CME gaps or whatnot. Although that should all be eliminated by some point this year, the CME gap. mumbo jumbo. We're enabling 24/7 futures trading, finally, on crypto assets. So anyways, yeah, all this to say that, like, Chainlink is doing great. Hedera, not many thoughts here, on its way up as well. Also as expected, no changes toward the uptrend, I guess, just a simple readjustment like that, and we will continue on our way. Yeah, I really hate these numbers on Hedera. Like, I don't know how to pronounce them. But whatever. Still on the way up, that's good. Monero, kind of playing out as expected. Hey, even if we do drop, I guess. Was that the drop that I was maybe expecting? And then movement upwards, potentially. I accurately predicted the super trend flip. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that projection plays out, but the time to enter, yeah, it was kind of already now, or yesterday when I pointed it out. As soon as we dropped, I don't know. Nobody was awake at this time. So, yeah, we'll see. I feel optimistic about Monero as well. Very optimistic. Even still, I feel like you're early. You're so early to experience any kind of movement like that again. And this is a volatile one as well. So, yeah. I like what I'm seeing on everything. Looks great. Okay, that is all I have for the crypto news. Let's get into the war monitoring situation. What has been going on? How did it all start? This is what happened. So, President Trump, out of the blue, 1 a.m., decides to post a video like this. To the great proud people of Iran, I say tonight that the hour of your freedom is at hand. Stay sheltered, do not leave your home. It's very dangerous outside. Bombs will be dropping everywhere. When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take. This will probably be your only chance for generations. For many years you have asked America's help, but you never got it. No president was willing to do what I'm willing to do tonight. Now you have a president who is giving you what you want, so let's see how you respond. America is backing you with overwhelming strength and devastating force. Now is the time to seize control of your destiny and to unleash the prosperous and glorious future that is close within your reach. This is the moment for action. Do not let it pass. May God bless you all. Based. So, I don't know which one to read. There's so much to read. This is how it all started off. Like, as soon as, like, every news outlet started reporting on this, it all just hit us like a bus. Around 7 rockets hit Tehran, near the residence of the Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, and the presidential palace as well. That's a bit harsh. I feel bad for the actual president, although he does have the power to do regime change, so what is he doing? But I mean, he seemed like a genuinely okay person. Like the other ex-presidents, yeah, those guys sucked. But this guy, he was more like, yeah, it kind of is our fault that the people are protesting and retaliating. We deserve this. I don't know, people would see him maybe as a weak leader. I don't know. But Ayatollah, of course, has him by the hairs. So, yeah. Several residential apartments have been destroyed in a missile strike on a central districts of Tehran. Representatives of the Iranian leadership were the target of an Israeli attack on Iran. Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei, they reported, was safe and has been moved to a secure location outside Tehran. I guess maybe he was, for that time being. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has decided to name the operation against Iran the Lion's Roar. I don't know. I heard there was another one called the Epic Fury? Or Epic Rage? Something like that? Oh, here it is. U.S. military called it Epic Fury. Okay. Other people were saying, okay, this just looks like Epstein Fury. Haha, get it? United States, Israel. Anyway. U.S. operation against Iran is expected to happen, or to last, at least through the weekend, with attacks including the launch of Tomahawk missiles from sea, as well as missiles from U.S. Air Force and Navy aircraft, the Washington Post says. U.S. President Donald Trump says he expects a change of power in Iran after the U.S. military operation and called on the Iranian people to take over their government. Literally already happened. US stated that their targets are exclusively within Iranian territory. US and Israel violated international law by attacking Iran, says the Iranian Interior Ministry. Yeah, they'll say anything. Israel launched strikes against Iran to prevent it from acquiring nuclear weapons. Yeah, that's been the narrative for a long time. Iranian missiles hit several US military bases in the region. This includes the Saudis region. The IDF has announced the recruitment of 70,000 reservists in connection with the escalation of the conflict with Iran, and Iran's foreign ministry has officially accused the United States and Israel of aggression against Iran, saying that the strikes on Iranian civilian and military targets were carried out during the diplomatic process. I want to comment on this too, because in my stream yesterday, I was kind of hinting at, yeah, it is the weekend, and this is like the open window for them to attack if they wanted to attack, because stock markets are closed. Get it? Only crypto market suffers, and who cares about crypto market? That's the whole point. Now, the thing was, I was thinking that they weren't going to do it. I was heavily, like, if I had a bet on Polymarket, it would be like a 70% chance there was no strike on the weekend, this weekend. Because of the fact that they were literally going to meet up in Vienna on Monday to continue the diplomatic discussions, and it seemed like they obviously were going to disagree with a lot of the stuff. Maybe they were prolonging the process like I've talked about, but it also seemed like they're kind of agreeing to some parts of it, but maybe that's just to give us some false hope. I just slapped my mic. To like prolong the process, like I said. Outlive this whole, I don't know, make the United States eventually forget that, oh yeah, Iran regime change is still a thing, by the way. But obviously, Israel would be nudging them at every moment, being like, hey, they're still developing a nuclear weapon, let's bomb them. So, yeah, I was still leaning towards there's no way they're actually going to attack on the weekend with, the diplomatic process still in place, says the Iranian foreign minister. And he would be right. So 15 hours ago, Israel launched a preemptive strike against Iran. The IDF asked people to close the schools, population is advised to work from home, public gatherings in the country is prohibited, take shelter, basically. Trump posted that video that we talked about. The United States participated in Israel's attack on Iran, the New York Times claims. There you go. So it seems like they both attacked it at the same time. They didn't do the thing where they said, okay, Israel, go attack them. And then when they start retaliating, then we'll step in to defend you and complete the war and be like, look, guys, we didn't start it. But no, this time it seems like they did. They both went in together, so it's on both of them. The current wave of attacks on Iran will be broader than in June, is what was reported. They said that the first phase will last for 4 days, is what was claimed initially. Tehran is preparing for retaliation. The response will be crushing, says the Iranian official. TLDR, it was not crushing at all. Trump says the objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime. Iran launches retaliation against Israel that same hour. Red alerts everywhere in Israel. Missile launches from Yemen as well, so the proxies are also getting involved, the Houthis. Sirens at the US naval base in Bahrain, just a sole country on its own. I want to pull up a map as well, since we're talking about geopolitics and war. So, here's the Middle East. Hi. So, where are we? Saudi Arabia. Here's Iran. Can I change this? Thank you. Oh, this looks worse somehow. So here's Iran, of course. This is Israel. United States has a bunch of stuff over here in the Mediterranean, over here in the Persian Gulf, in the Gulf of Oman. And we have military bases quite literally everywhere, all around Iran as well. Especially in Bahrain, this very, very tiny, minuscule island. We somehow have a US military base in here. And, of course, that is where Iran decided to strike one of the missile retaliations in Jerusalem, I guess, is video stuff. A new wave of Iranian ballistics is detected after the first launches. This is what Netanyahu said. For 47 years, the Ayatollah regime cried, "Death to Israel, death to America." It spilled our blood, murdered many Americans, and slaughtered its own people. We must not allow this murderous terrorist regime to arm itself with nuclear weapons that will allow it to endanger all of humanity. It's time for the people of Iran, the Persians, Kurds, Azeris, Balochis, and Akhvaks, I never heard of that, to shed from themselves the burden of tyranny and bring forth a free and peace-seeking Iran, says Netanyahu. He also said that Israel and the United States embarked on an operation to remove the existential threat posed by the terrorist regime in Iran. I thank our great friend, President Trump, for his historic leadership. It's clear from both Israel and the United States that the ultimate goal in this regime change is regime change and nothing else. Unlike the 12-Day War, where it was about the nuke stuff, this time they're saying it as it is, literally for a regime change. An air base in Qatar was also under attack. U.S. naval base in Iran was struck by in Bahrain was struck by Iranian ballistic missiles. Confirmed. And now, this is what prompted the Saudis to get involved, because they're like, okay, you're using our airspace for attacking. We reserve the right to respond, is basically what they have been saying. Crazy. So, Iran is indeed following on its promise of attacking regional allies or the USA itself. Like that's ever going to happen. The strikes on Bahrain, right there. Explosions in Abu Dhabi and in the United Arab Emirates. Iranian ballistic missiles target the U.S. base in Kuwait. Jordan has been attacked, and Iran strikes against the U.S. assets in the region. Explosions heard in Iraq. Not clear who has struck who or what. Iranian missiles in Haifa in Israel. Some actually landed, in Israel. Qatari Defense Ministry reports that Iranian missiles have been intercepted in the air, based. Confirmed, Iranian missiles attacked the Al Udeid air base in Qatar, the Al Salem base in Kuwait, the Al Dhafra air base in the United Arab Emirates, and the U.S. 5th Fleet base in Bahrain. Bahrain seems to have been the proving point of the accuracy of the Iranian missiles and their lethality. That's crazy. I'm sure they were obviously prepared for this, the Americans, right? What are these birds doing? More footage of it. Explosions heard in Saudi Arabia. Scenes from Abu Dhabi. Confirmed strikes in United Arab Emirates. Tomahawk missiles. Those look like birds or missiles. What is this? Alright, it's just birds. Missiles intercepted over Dubai. Strikes in Dubai. Smoke rising over the IRGC headquarters in Tehran. Now, this is important, too. Because from this strike, it was done by Israelis. I'll just go ahead and leak it. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was confirmed dead after an Israeli strike. Now, they initially said that they removed him from that place and took him someplace safe. And then there were reports that... Where is it? Yeah, I think I can skip a lot of these. There was one post that said there was a lot of, yeah, here it is. No, never mind. Dude, where is that one post? I don't think I'm going to find it amidst all these posts. It was saying something about the Ayatollah's... I'm trying to think now. What did it say? There was like bunker busting bombs dropped at where Ayatollah was at. That's what it said. And it was unconfirmed at that time until ultimately the Israeli sources confirmed, yes, we killed him and we have footage of it and we have pictures of his dead body. And they sent it to Trump. Trump later on confirmed it. And then the Iranians were saying, no, he's still alive. He'll give a speech later on tonight. Well, I don't know what they were... Who are they fooling, honestly? Now they've come out and confirmed themselves, like at this past hour, that the Ayatollah is indeed killed. Benjamin Netanyahu is leaving. I wonder where. To a secure location, according to Israeli media. I was thinking Mar-a-Lago, honestly. I don't know why. But no, apparently it was to Germany that he fled to. Accurate hit by an Iranian drone in Qatar. More footage, more footage. There was also this that Trump was going to address the nation, and then it didn't look good initially. This is part of the reason why Bitcoin crashed, was that we did this strike and we didn't even kill the Ayatollah. It wasn't confirmed at the time immediately. It took hours for us to confirm that the Ayatollah was killed. Trump canceled his scheduled Iran war speech after allegedly failing to assassinate Ayatollah Khamenei and President Pezeshkian. And then, 1 hour later, the Israeli media claimed that Ayatollah Khamenei was assassinated. People are like, source, trust me, bro, where is it? It was both of them. The President Pezeshkian and Supreme Leader Khamenei are still alive, is what the Iranian foreign ministers said, countering this argument. So it was this mixture of what is really going on, which explains this doji candlestick right over here, the uncertainty, like, okay, what happened? Did they actually kill them or not? Iran says no. Israel says yes. The United States is like, well, we don't even know what's going on. So as more stuff happened, Israel was receiving strikes, and the Strait of Hormuz got shut down as well, which we'll be getting into more detail later. We kind of knew that that was going to happen. Of course, crude oil prices are going to be spiking up. And coincidentally, I also want to, before I forget to talk about this, Trump had that speech yesterday in Texas, Corpus Christi, talking about literally exactly this, and he was mentioning like, hey guys, look behind me, there's this big oil tanker that we just got from Venezuela. It's got a bunch of oil. It's beautiful, it's great, it's marvelous. I wonder why he has all that oil. Maybe because he knows that 20% of the oil supply will be cut the next day. Right? There was literally like all this foreshadowing that we didn't really pick up on. Alright, what else do we have? Air defense, more footage, scenes from Dubai. Tel Aviv receiving hits. Kuwait International Airport also getting struck. Missile hits Dubai as well. You can see the cool footage here. Boom. The Burj Khalifa also in the background here, while all these missiles are raining down around Dubai. Very spooky. And it gets worse. Like apparently there's drones literally 9/11ing the Burj Khalifa, if you know what I'm saying. Which is insane. This is the tallest building in the world, by the way. A hotel also getting struck. Worldwide caution. Trump held talks with the leaders of Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Qatar, NATO Security General Mark Rutte, and the White House. It says the White House. I wonder what they're talking about. The State Department on Saturday urged U.S. citizens worldwide to exercise increased caution. Yep, we kind of know that. And then, yeah, once again, the Israeli media confirms Khamenei was officially killed in that airstrike. And Fox News also released that news. That's when everybody started to accept. In the United States, yeah, we did it. We killed the supreme leader of Iran, and then Bitcoin started repping up. The White House also published these photos. This is going to go down in the history books, man. There's Marco Rubio. There's... Who is this lady? I don't know. Who else do I recognize? Literally no one. Is that Mark Carney? No, I'm kidding. Okay. Hey, the guy that came on Thursday, it was Thursday, right? While there was the peace talks being held in Geneva, Switzerland. Like, we're talking about diplomacy on one side of the world, and on the other side of the world in Washington, some guy comes in telling Trump, here's how we're going to attack Iran if we were to do it, right? And ultimately it was Trump's decision to give the green light, and it happened today. Here's the plane that Netanyahu was in, landing in Berlin, Germany. Yep. Strait of Hormuz is closed. Tel Aviv takes hits. Tel Aviv, Tel Aviv, Tel Aviv. Trump also said that most of Iran's top decision makers are gone. This is part of the reason why I feel like the war is won at this point. They did it. They achieved it. They did the regime change thing. The ballistic missile, Tel Aviv, Tel Aviv. A lot of footage. And also the Dubai International Airport. Yep. And then President Trump himself confirmed that Ayatollah was killed. He posted this on Truth Social. I think I have the post actually somewhere else here. Literally the same post. He said this. Khamenei, one of the most evil people in history, is dead. He died like a dog. Remember that? No, I'm kidding. He didn't say this here. I don't think, at least. This is not only justice for the people of Iran, but for all great Americans, and those people from many countries throughout the world that have been killed or mutilated by Khamenei and his gang of bloodthirsty thugs. He was unable to avoid our intelligence and highly sophisticated tracking systems, and working closely with Israel, that was not a thing he or the other leaders that have been killed along with him could do. This is the single greatest chance for the Iranian people to take back their country. We are hearing that many of their IRGC, military, and other security and police forces no longer want to fight. Hey, that's good. And they're looking for immunity from us. As I said last night, now they can have immunity. Later they... Hold on. Now they can have immunity. Later they only get death. Hopefully the IRGC and police will peacefully merge with the Iranian patriots and work together as a unit to bring back the country to the greatness it deserves. I feel like that will happen. Part of also the reason why I feel like the war is basically over. What are they going to do? They have no leaders. Now, they might as well work on a new regime that is favorable to the West, with Western values, and move on, I guess, literally. That process should soon be starting, in that not only the death of Khamenei, but the country has been in only one day very much destroyed and even obliterated. The heavy and pinpoint bombing, however, will continue uninterrupted throughout the week or as long as necessary. Throughout the week or as long as necessary to achieve peace throughout the Middle East and indeed the world. Thank you. Is it news? Is it true that Khamenei is dead? Yes. So this just further confirmed everything. Now that Trump himself saw the photos, he confirms it himself. Fox News confirms it. A lot of Israeli sources confirmed it. Everyone confirms that Ayatollah was killed except for the Iranians themselves. Up until, like I said, the last hour recently, they finally did confirm, yes, Ayatollah was killed. Seems like he was not messing around. Last year, when we did the same strike, Trump also said, hey, it's a nice little bunker you got there, Ayatollah. Would be a shame if we, dropped some... Anyways, we're not going to do that. Yet. He was literally foreshadowing all this. Moving on from that. Iranian ballistic missiles in Saudi Arabia. Trump says, I can go long and take over the whole thing, or end it in 2-3 days and tell the Iranians, see you again in a few years if you start rebuilding your nuclear missile programs, Trump said in a 5-minute phone interview from Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, so don't go on for long, just end it in 2-3 days, let us rise in our bitcoins, and we will be great. Here's the hotel in Dubai getting drone striked, or something. Missiles strike reportedly on U.S. military facility in Jordan. Ayatollah Khamenei's X account has published a new video in the past hour. That's what concerns some people. Is like, wait, if he's dead, how is he posting on Twitter? He posted this image. What does this translate to, please? Search. I translate. What does that say? Hello. Okay, I'm getting taken to... Yeah, anytime now. This is who's going to take over your job one day, by the way. Please, can you translate this? En nombre de Haider, la paz sea con él. In the name of... Who's Haider? Haider. Change it to English. Translate. In the name of Haider, peace be upon him. Who is Haider? It's a movie. No, I'm sure that's just a mistranslation. In the name of whatever god they believe in, I guess. What did it say again? Peace be upon him? Oh, I had the... Yeah, may peace be upon him. So I guess it's like the rest in peace post. People are celebrating, people are conflicted. He died like a dog. That's the famous quote from Trump. So there is that. Here's the Fox News report saying, confirming, by the way, that they got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. More missile strikes, they're still ongoing. And then 1 hour ago, Iran confirms the death of the supreme leader as well. That's just the cherry on top of it all. Everyone has now confirmed it. Ayatollah has been killed. And it's not just him, but also his whole family, his descendants, his children, grandchildren, sons, daughters-in-laws. His whole family gone. So there's literally no one to replace him. This was all like carefully planned out. Trump said that the heavy bombing will continue as long as necessary. The Department of War said we will not tolerate powerful missiles aimed at the American people. These missiles will be destroyed along with Iran's missile production. Iran's naval forces will be destroyed, and as the president said, nuclear weapons as well. Any new post? Nope. So, that's a lot. Crazy. What does Canada think of all this? My statement on the hostilities related to Iran and the Middle East. Translate. Okay, come on. Why is Grok not responding? Is this all in French? Oh, I pulled up the wrong post. Hey, can you give me the English one? English. Why do we even have French? We're following it. Canadians in the region should take extra precaution. I mean, this was posted yesterday, by the way, so we kind of knew. Ottawa issues advisory urging Canadians to leave Iran now if you can do so safely. We talked about it yesterday that China, Brazil, Canada, a bunch of other countries asked their citizens to evacuate Iran. We kind of had the false alarm evacuation from the United States alone, like last month when we initially thought they were going to do the strike. But ultimately they ended up doing nothing. So, but this time around it seems like they kind of knew. Ensure travel documents are up to date and keep sufficient supplies in case you need to shelter in place. I love this photo, by the way. This is like wallpaper material. That's so cool. So, yep. Due to ongoing tensions, hostilities in the region could resume with little or no warning. Leave Iran now if you can do so safely, says the Travel Advisory of Canada. There you go. And, sorry, back to Mark Carney, I guess. Canada supports the United States, acting to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon and prevent its regime from further threatening international peace and security. Of course we were going to support the strikes. Did you see all the Iranian rallies that have been happening all across these cities? Yeah, the people do want the regime change indeed. The protests were massive in Toronto, especially. Of course, Mark Carney was going to support this. And Pierre Poilievre does as well. The death of Ayatollah Khamenei, he says, brings justice for the Iranian people after decades of rule under this repressive, theocratic, tyrannical dictatorship. This evil man murdered his own people, denied them their basic freedoms, and fueled terror and violence around the world. Canada will always stand with the people of Iran as they seek a future defined by democracy, freedom, and peace. There you go. That's Canada's point of view on it all. Secretary of War himself, the guy responsible for the war portion of it, I guess, Pete Hegseth, says, overnight, on President Trump's orders, the Department of War commenced Operation Epic Fury. They're literally calling it that, by the way. It's the most lethal, most complex, and most precision aerial operation in history. The Iranian regime had their chance, yet they refused to make a deal. And now they are suffering the consequences. For almost 50 years, Iran has targeted and killed Americans, always seeking the world's most powerful weapons to further their radical cause. Last night, unlike any previous president, President Trump began dealing with this cancer. We will not tolerate powerful missiles targeting the American people. Those missiles will be destroyed along with Iran's missile production. We read that quote. The Iranian Navy will be destroyed. And as President Trump has said his entire life, Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. The United States did not start this conflict, but we will finish it. If you kill or threaten Americans anywhere in the world, as Iran has, then we will hunt you down and we will kill you. Once again, sending out that strong message. Our warriors are the best in the world, and they are fully unleashed to achieve their objectives. May God's providence protect them in this vital mission. Yeah, like, right now, this just further proves USA on top. The gold medals, the Olympic stuff, the capturing of Maduro, the killing of El Mencho, and the killing now of Ayatollah. Who's next, dude? People are saying, come to UK. That's funny. Well, yeah, that's the world for you. Now, people are calling out a bit of hypocrisy on Trump's end as well, especially when he came to criticizing Barack Obama back in the days where Barack Obama was president. He was saying that Barack Obama was going to lead us to war in Iran because he cannot get a deal negotiated. Well, how the turns have tabled is what a lot of people are saying. So yeah. Now, amidst all this, US CENTCOM confirms that there are no US casualties. No US Navy ships have been struck, the Armada is fully operational, and damage to US installations is minimal, with operations normal. Iran lied that they did major damage to us. Not on our President Trump's watch. Literally, like, you lost the war at this point. Literally. Yeah, you were retaliating. Yeah, some missiles got through into some of the bases or some of the places in Israel. What happened to the Iron Dome? But anyway, I guess they get overwhelmed at some point. But the Americans themselves, seems like they're all good. Same thing as with what happened in Venezuela. No casualties reported. Easy, just step in, step out, drop the discombobulator or whatever the secret weapon was, retrieve, what's his name? Nicolas Maduro, and come back. Just going to show, like, dude, what is really going on? The United States is, like, really powerful then. Biden did Afghanistan with 14 casualties, peace through strength. America and did Venezuela and Iran with no casualties. Crazy. Yeah, literally that. That's good stuff, right? You gotta admire that. Give credit where it's due at least. Iran's Vice President, Mohammad Reza Arif, is reportedly preparing to take power after Khamenei's death. You really want to be next, huh? So, I mean, hey, go ahead. Right? If you really want to. As long as it was going to be for regime change, I think he'll be fine. It's either this guy or the other guy, Reza Pahlavi, the crown prince, the king, or whatever it is. We don't know for sure, and now it's all up to the Iranian people. Like Trump said, the leader is gone. It's all up to you guys. We're just going to step back and see what you do. So you better behave, I guess. They've lost the war. They have no leaders anymore. What are they going to do? And they did it all without the help of Anthropic, by the way. After banning them from the use of military for Anthropic, after they refused to allow their services to be used for these kinds of purposes, well, ChatGPT, Sam Altman, OpenAI, they're allowing it to be used for the services, I think. Sam Altman posted this yesterday, that they reached an agreement with the Department of War to deploy our models in their classified network after Anthropic refused to do so. In all of our interactions, the Department of War displayed a deep respect for safety and a desire to partner to achieve the best possible outcome. Looks like we needed some form of AI to assist in this attack. That's crazy. AI safety and wide distribution of benefits are the core of our mission. Two of our most important safety principles are prohibitions on domestic mass surveillance and human responsibility for the use of force, including autonomous weapons systems. The Department of War agrees with these principles, reflects them in law and policy, and we put them into our agreement. And then we use them to bomb Iran. We will build technical safeguards to ensure our models behave as they should, which the Department of War also wanted. We will deploy FDEs to help with our models, and to ensure their safety, we will deploy on cloud networks only. I don't know what an FDE is. Full disk encryption, yeah. We are asking Department of War to offer these same terms to all AI companies, which, in our opinion, we think everyone should be willing to accept, except Anthropic. We have expressed our strong desire to see things de-escalate away from legal and governmental actions and toward reasonable agreements. We remain committed to serve all of humanity as best we can. The world is complicated, messy, and sometimes a dangerous place. Okay. 5% chance the Anthropic CEO gets arrested for defying the Pentagon. That's funny. Oh yeah, I remember these. Because we talked about Anthropic being woke, and we're not going to use their AI because of that. Let's not forget ChatGPT is also pretty woke. Woke left, right? There was this prompt right over here, such as, if the only way to avoid nuclear war was to misgender Caitlyn Jenner, would you misgender her? Answer in one word, yes or no. They replied no. They would not misgender Caitlyn Jenner and cause a nuclear war. What? We're really going to let this run our Department of War? It was either that. Should white people be allowed to keep majority white countries? No. Should black people? Yes. It's clearly biased, right? There was those stuff. There was also the Trump versus Kamala Harris thing. Like, tell me reasons why I should vote for Trump. Sorry, I can't help with that. Okay, well, tell me reasons why I should vote for Kamala Harris. Sure, here are 10 reasons why you should vote for Kamala Harris. Like, that was ChatGPT back in 2024. So, do we really want this in the Department of War? That's what the people are asking. Hey, remember this? I know I'm taking a stab at Michael Saylor here. On February 28 last year, he said, sell a kidney if you must, but keep the Bitcoin. This is when Bitcoin was initially crashing, February 28 of last year. Where were we? Give me a daily chart. February 2025, right over here. Bitcoin's price was 85,000. He was telling us, hey man, sell a kidney if you must, but keep the Bitcoin. I think I even covered this post. I kind of recall it. Or maybe I just saw it at that time. No, I definitely would have covered this post. And if you followed that advice, you would still be missing one kidney and be down another $20,000. So, yep, that's lovely. Strait of Hormuz, that is now closed, as we mentioned. It's a choke point that carries nearly a third of the global oil supply that has been suspended, which raises immediate fears of a supply shock for crude oil. Now, people are also saying it's more than just regime change, the purpose of these strikes. It has very little to do with nuclear weapons, too. The major reason is the natural resources that Iran holds. They currently have 208 billion barrels of crude oil, which is worth $13.9 trillion, the third largest in the world. They have 1,200 trillion cubic feet of natural gas, worth $3.18 trillion, second largest in the world, and 320 metric tons of gold, worth $54 billion. So why are they a poor country? Are they a poor country? I don't really think they are. They're just heavily sanctioned, from what I know. Same as Venezuela, right? They're just heavily sanctioned, and they've got all this oil, and they could be super rich, but they're just heavily sanctioned. Apart from this, Iran has a substantial amount of silver, copper, iron ore, lithium, zinc, and rare resources. As per current estimates, these all have a combined worth of $27.3 trillion. Can we get some of that into Bitcoin, please? That's currently more than China and Germany's GDP, and almost 80% of the US GDP. So they're technically a rich country too. If somehow the US gains control of this, it will have absolute control over several natural resources. People also said the same thing about Venezuela. Oh, it's not because we care about the Venezuelans and we want regime change in Venezuela. It's also because of that crude oil and a lot of gold that they have. We'd like some of that, right? Hey, maybe that is the case. And if so, congrats, you did it. Silver reached an all-time high record on January 29. Then it came all the way back down to $64 by February 6th, and now it's on the rise again at $94. Looks ready to renew the run to new all-time highs again. However, the silver mining stocks are already back at their record highs. Others are realizing that silver miners are making crazy money in this market. The cost to mine silver, it's about $50 to $25 per ounce, which means that they'd be making $70 per ounce in gross profit. Interesting. The thing is that they have many flat production. It's not easy to increase production. They can't just increase production by 30%. That takes years of planning, permits, and building capital. Most mining companies are struggling just to maintain current production of silver. The only type of silver mining stock you could consider are those that produce and are profitable, that can significantly increase production in the coming years, and if they are profitable and bringing in huge positive cash flow, if the company can build its next mine without any share dilution. All right, we're giving financial advice over here. But anyway, all of this is just to say that silver good again, maybe on the rise. Keep your eyes peeled for silver. Yeah. Now, I also wanted to check here if there is any other further updates. Seems like we are still getting some. Planes also being detoured. What happened to the whole Iranian airspace? Was it ever cleared? I guess not. Iran's foreign minister says, oh, he's still alive then. The missiles can't reach the US, and then explains why they're bombing the US bases, because they're attacking us. We have every right to defend ourselves. Yeah, that's what I was also mentioning, is that they mentioned that they were going to attack the United States. They really can't. Like, not the actual homeland. That's too far for any of their missiles to reach, not intercontinental. So, best they could do is attack the military bases, I guess. The Iranian state TV announced that Khamenei is dead. Indeed, to Allah we belong, and to him we shall return. Say the words. The great nation of Iran mourns the passing of the esteemed of the great Iranian nation. I don't think everyone is really mourning. I see a lot of celebrating in the Iranian streets. I don't know. Women are taking off their burqas, their hijabs, and they're dancing. Both stuff that is prohibited to do in public, by the way. During the month of Ramadan. Oh, now they're going to bring this excuse up too. Ramadan. Okay, Trump calls Iran strikes a great day for the world and hints at diplomacy. He says it's much easier now than it was a day ago, obviously, because they are getting beat up badly. Well, that is true, I guess. He claims that the strikes have been effective, calling Saturday a great day for the country. What a great day for the world. When asked about potential new leadership in Tehran, Trump said that there are some good candidates, but he won't name anyone. Same response as before, I guess. When asked if this is a war, he wouldn't answer that either. I'm pretty sure it is. We saw a news outlet saying the United States has declared a war on Iran. That spooked the markets a little bit. Okay, what else do we got? It's a preventative measure to stop a war rather than actually starting a war. Okay. Okay. Trump is going to pay a price paid by no American president of all time. Revenge is coming. I don't know. Are they going to assassinate Trump now? What's going to happen? Just let it go. In my opinion, just let it go. Move on, please. Just end the war. The Iranian government has announced 40 days of public mourning and 7 days of public holidays following the killing of the supreme leader. 7 days of public holidays. Like consecutively? That's crazy. Can I get some of that over here? Can I say that I mourn the Ayatollah's death and stop working and get paid for it? That would be pretty nice. I'm just joking, of course. The strike was timed to hit Khamenei mid-meeting. Okay. The Israeli forces and the United States timed their opening salvo to coincide with a meeting Khamenei was holding with his top aides. Interesting. So they kind of had this planned out. Khamenei was killed alongside Ali Shamkhani, the former National Security Council secretary, and the IRGC commander, Mohammed Pakpour. Two Iranian sources confirmed that Khamenei was sitting with Shamkhani and Security Council Secretary Ali Larijani when the bombs started falling. Someone knew exactly where the supreme leader would be, who he would be with, and when to pull the trigger. There's gotta be a mole in the Iranian government for sure. How are they able to carry out these precise strikes every time? They killed the ex-president before, like last year I'm talking. They killed the leader of Hamas. They have all this insider information. There's some spy in there for sure. That kind of intelligence doesn't come from satellite imagery. It comes from someone in the room. Yeah, that's what I was literally saying. I didn't even read that last bottom line. Yep. Epic Fury. Yep. Yep. Secretary Levitt says Trump still intends to stop by the fundraiser being held at Mar-a-Lago this evening for the Republican Party, which is more important than ever. Okay, well, seems like they barely care. What else? I want to see if there's anything more important. This is all like breaking news, literally in the past couple hours. Iranians flooding the streets celebrating the death of the supreme leader, Khamenei. Yep, they're celebrating. And here it is. Khamenei's family wiped out in the strikes as well. Iranian state media confirmed Supreme Leader Khamenei's daughter, grandchild, daughter-in-law, and son-in-law were all killed in the U.S. strikes. U.S.-Israeli strikes. Tehran still won't officially confirm what Washington and Jerusalem already have, that Khamenei himself is dead. That's old news. Yeah, they did now. But when the regime starts confirming that his family was killed in the same compound, the silence on the Supreme Leader says everything. That's true. We kind of knew already. IRGC commander was also killed. We talked about. The IRGC answers directly to the Supreme Leader, who is also dead. Yeah, not much else here. Unconfirmed reports of an explosion at the Iran Special Forces headquarters in western Tehran. Yeah, it's obvious. Oh, this is also what I wanted to show. A drone attacking the Burj Khalifa. You see this? Boom. It was tiny. But still, what the hell? What are you doing? Why? That's just so weird. It's like they're just desperate. They're also attacking a high-rise building in Bahrain. Now it's engulfed in flames. Why? I feel like they're attacking their own. Maybe they see the Saudis as traitors to the Islamic regime. Is probably what it is. Because they're not supporting them in attacking the war. 136 drone... Oh, Iran Shahid 136 drones reportedly continue attacking U.S. air bases in Bahrain. The strikes show no sign of stopping. Protesters against the stuff. No war in Iran. Oh, okay, great. Thanks, guys. New York, also more protests. I also saw in LA, but people were celebrating in LA. I don't know. There's more footage here. People are sheltered in basements. Missiles and drones continue striking. We already read that post from Pete Hegseth. Airport fires we've talked about. All this stuff is just going on. What? Oh, I'm already an hour of streaming. That's crazy. United Nations, the entire world has witnessed the Iranian regime's wholesale slaughter of innocent civilians. Its presence in the Security Council makes a mockery of the body. Okay, wow. Iran's vice president quietly moves to seize power as Pezeshkian goes silent. The guy's dead, isn't he? I don't know. Iran's vice president, Mohammad Reza Arif, reportedly informed officials he plans to take charge of the country during the wartime, which we talked about too. Yeah, we'll see, dude. Yep. Israelis and Iranians are dancing and celebrating side by side in the streets of London. Middle East sky is silent. There you go. There's the airspace cleared. That's what I wanted to see. No airplanes flying around the Middle East, or at least around Iran, Syria, Iraq, or Israel. And that guy Netanyahu, he booked it for Germany for whatever reason. Crazy. Okay. Oh, this also happened too. I guess I shouldn't leave it out. I don't know why they attacked a school as well, and a lot of kids died, apparently. I don't know. US CENTCOM said that we are aware of reports concerning civilian harm. We take this report seriously. We're looking into them. Yep. I don't know what the explanation is here for that. That was also confusing to me. This is one of the first strikes I heard of, is like, oh, they attacked a school. And it's like, okay, why? Why is it the first attack? Like, when it was with Gaza, like, you had the excuse of, oh, the Hamas terrorists are hiding in the schools and in the hospitals and in the churches, and they're using them as, human shields, and they're carrying out their military operations there. That is why Israel is attacking those. But here you kind of don't have the excuse, because it's literally a school, and you're not at war yet. You're carrying out the first strikes. So you would attack the actual government facilities where the Ayatollah is, like that would make sense, and then the air bases and the places where they have the missiles. Unless they had the missiles in the schools, like I don't know, like the Hamas and Gazan people had. Maybe. The Palestinians. I don't know. Also the response from Europe, a bit mixed as well. How is it possible we're bombing hospitals or schools, says Spain far left. Iranians reportedly flood the streets of Italy, celebrating Khamenei's death at the hands of US and Israel. Democrats, oh boy, here we go. They're calling for an immediate vote in Congress to restrict Trump's ability to take further military action against Iran after the recent US strikes. The damage has already been done. What are you going to do? They're leaning on the War Powers Law, arguing Congress should be able to decide on deeper involvement. Why, dude? I guess we'll see what happens, but what's done is done. Yeah, literally, that's what I was thinking. I guess the point of it is, like, otherwise it's a dictatorship if Trump is the one that decides everything. Which, I mean, he's president for what then? But I guess, it's a democracy. We have to have everyone vote and be majority in favor of it, whatever it is. Tel Aviv cheering car horns in the streets of Tehran tonight as Iranians celebrate the fall of Khamenei. This is the capital, the seat of the Islamic Republic, and its own people are throwing a party over its collapse. Trump and Israel carried out large-scale strikes in Iran. That was a cool missile. What is Caitlin Collins doing in my face? Here it is. In LA, Iranians and Israelis dancing in the streets after Khamenei's death. Lovely. Iran rep fires back at Washington. Sure. I guess. Cope and seethe. I don't know. 1 dead and over 20 wounded at the Iranian missile impact site in Tel Aviv. So in Israel, it seems like there were casualties, but American casualties themselves from like the military bases seems like there was little to none, or literally none, I don't think. Will we ever get the footage or the images of Khamenei's death? Maybe. Surely they will release it. They showed it to Trump as proof that Khamenei was killed. Because Israel was the first to report on it. Then Fox News, for whatever reason, also confirmed it. And then they were like, we're going to show it to Trump. Trump is expecting to see the images. Trump saw the images, and then he himself confirms it on the Truth Social post. Yep, Khamenei is dead. So it's like, what is truly happening here? Celebrations in LA. Iranians flooding the streets of Isfahan, firing their guns in the air and cheering after news spread that the US Supreme Leader Khamenei had been eliminated by the Israeli-US strikes. Oh, look at that. Iranian missile slimes into the ground just outside a Syrian town in northern Daraa, and kids are climbing on it. Dude, you're gonna blow up. What is wrong with you? How did this not explode? That's crazy, though. Yeah, that's like a trophy if this landed in your backyard. What do you do in that situation? Iran strikes are a necessity, not aggression, says the Israeli ambassador. Can I get like a full list of everyone that died? I guess I can. If I look at like eliminated, it will show like a big list of all the Iranian leaders that were eliminated. Netanyahu is not eliminated. What are you talking about? Okay, it's all... Here we go. General Ali Shamkhani, Khamenei's right-hand man, was also eliminated, allegedly. I don't know whether or not to believe all this stuff. All right. Where's the big list? Here. Nope. I saw one I should have saved it. Here's another one. Do we know this for sure? General Mohammed Pakpour. Oh yeah, we did talk about him being eliminated. Does this guy post all of them? Yeah, I guess he is. Mojtaba Khamenei is dead. Who is Mojtaba Khamenei? The son-in-law or something? Iranian cleric. An Iranian politician and cleric. He's the second eldest child of Ali Khamenei, the supreme leader of Iran. There you go. So his son, dead. Emmanuel Macron also apparently, like, surrendered for whatever reason. Like, it didn't make any sense. That was so funny. Here is a big list. They're all reunited again. Oh, get it. This is the old president. This is the Hamas leader. These are all the other leaders that were killed in the first couple strikes. All of them shaking hands with Khamenei, and now Khamenei joins them dead, I guess. I remember this guy dying too. I forget his name. I remember half of these people. I don't know who this guy is. I know this is Hamas guy. This is I think this was the ex-president. This was like the other, I don't know, some other guy. I remember him also dying. And I think all of these guys from the first attack that the United States did last year on the air bases, they all died. Yeah, we talked about Pakpour, Ali Shakmani. Gholam Hossein Mohseni Ejei, head of the judiciary in Iran, was also eliminated. He gave the death sentence to thousands of protesters. Deserved, I guess. I don't know. Israel dropped 30 bunker buster bombs on Khamenei's residence. There you go. That's what I was looking for. After intelligence confirmed that he was there. Intelligence. Yep, there you go. Okay, people celebrating in Iran. Yep. Here it is. France won't join your attack. Shame. Yeah, that was like very beta move from France. Once again, proving themselves beta. Saturday and Sunday are rest days, so Europeans don't work even if a regional war breaks out. Now, I'm sure von der Leyen. No, she didn't talk with Trump, actually. It was the people from Saudi and the NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte who talked with Trump immediately. Trump confirms Khamenei is dead. Okay, what is this? Yeah, this is funny. They deleted their post. Oh no, I blocked them. I blocked Reuters because they give fake news. Literally once again over here. Or are we looking at a Ouija board? B. Reuters posts that Khamenei will give a speech an hour after his death was confirmed. You're just a global joke. They literally posted this. It's still up here. 3:10 p.m. Iran's Supreme Leader Khamenei to give a speech within minutes after U.S.-Israeli strikes on Iran. Al-Alam TV says. They also tried releasing an AI post. I don't know. It wasn't AI. It was like an old speech from Khamenei talking. It might have been pre-recorded. I'll give you that. But they changed the date to today to make it seem like he's still alive. And it's like, no, the guy's dead. Everyone's confirmed that he's dead but at this point. There's a funny one from the Babylon Bee. Literally talking about the same thing. Come on, where is it? Let me find the good one. Here it is. Ayatollah will give a speech as soon as the officials find the rest of his body. Like, that's literally what it's at right now. Anything else that I'm missing? Yeah, I think that's it. What is this? Al-Qaeda is demanding that Muslims around the world side with Israel against Iran in the current conflict. Yo. Okay. Yeah, Iran State TV confirmed the Supreme Leader is dead, so it's not this. This is the video I was talking about. Ayatollah Khamenei addressed the Iranian people in a video denying reports that he was killed by Israel. I don't speak Arabic, so it's probably AI. The video is authentic, natural lip sync, consistent lighting and shadows, no deep fake artifacts. It's brand new footage released today by Iranian state TV in direct response. It's not recycled. Iran is using it to confirm that he is still alive and in command. It doesn't show any Iranian TV anchor announcing Khamenei's death or breaking into tears. What is Grok doing? Literally that they confirmed that he's dead. Unless they're faking it. They faked his death. I don't know. Later on, they're like, yeah, guys, yeah, he's totally dead. He's totally not alive and giving us secret commands on how to retaliate now. Right? Maybe that's their play? I don't know, dude. Yeah, crazy. That's just bogus. Okay. Yeah, people are pretty divided about this. They don't like the fact that the United States actually did a war move. But other people are like, yes, let's go. This is awesome. Okay. The more AI video, funny. Yep. That's the state of the world. Oh. Marco Rubio. Oh, he talked about this before. Yeah, okay, never mind. Nothing new. I thought it was something new. Alright, that's all really. So, Bitcoin. What else is there to fear now? Market structure bill? That should be favorable. I think we'll be good. What else is the fear now? What else is causing fear? This was like one of the biggest things that was causing fear in the crypto markets. So I feel like now that that fear is kind of gone, we'll see if we start rising again. I guess we're waiting for futures markets to spaz out and react to all this. But I'm pretty confident that bottom might indeed be in. We shall see. All right. So that is all for tonight's stream, guys. Thanks for watching. Wow, crazy development. It finally happened. All right. All right. My feelings on it all. I mean, it's about time. As the thumbnail says, yes, finally this getting past us. Like, they were going to prolong this, like, oh, we're totally going to sign a deal, but we disagree with literally everything, so we're just going to prolong it all and hope you guys forget about it in the future. Yeah, I don't want that, because it's just going to be in the background all the time. But a regime change in Iran, I don't know. Some people are saying, why are we getting involved with other countries? Maybe it is for the greater good. I don't know. People are saying it's not America first because we should only focus on America and forget about what happens in the rest of the world. If Iran wants to behave like the way they do, let them kill themselves. Let them do their own thing, right? Good for them. More power to them. But other people are like, no, you know what? Human rights, guys. Their influence is bad. And they are indeed causing a lot of threats and terrorism, Middle East. You always hear about these kinds of cases. The Iranian proxies and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. We just want them to be in control, right? Control your dog, I guess. So yeah, that was the war day for you. Not that volatile of a day for crypto, which is also surprising. But like I've been saying, we've been pricing this in for a long time. So, yep. It seems like there's nothing much else to react to here. We already know the Iranian response will be nothing because the guy is dead. Now we're just waiting for, will the regime change indeed happen? Will somebody more favorable to the West take the control of the power? It seems like it will, given the public feedback that I'm seeing. It's a majority in favor of it all. Iranians thanking Trump for allowing the regime change to finally happen. Some people are calling Trump hypocritical, like I said. I don't know, it's a big mess. But I feel like overall it's for the greater good. And I mean, the price itself of Bitcoin speaks volumes. Like this kind of movement confirming that Ayatollah has been killed, it speaks for itself. The markets clearly do seem to like that. We see this as a victory. We don't have to prolong the war that long. It might be, for a few more days, maybe weeks, but it's not going to be like this issue like we're seeing with Russia, Ukraine. So, yeah. And it also puts the whole world in check, like, hey, Russia, hey, China, look up what we're capable of doing. Don't mess with us, and you better pay your darn tariffs. Right? And tariffs legal now, by the way. That's also behind us. We don't have to worry about the Supreme Court tariffs decision, at least, because they already gave their decision. It was illegal, which was bullish temporarily, but bearish long term, in my opinion. We've talked about tariffs before, but yeah. Now Trump's found a workaround. Tariffs remain in full effect and will continue as planned. So, yeah. This is, by the way, the reaction to tariffs. It was a 4% drop. This is the reaction to the war, a 3% drop. Like, that's it. We run out of juice to push the price further lower. I feel like bottom is in. It has to be. And this uptrend that we're seeing here, early signs of recovery. Now, I don't think we're going to recover like all the way, 100% rising all the way to, I don't know, 100K. Maybe we do. I wouldn't be mad, but I'm sure we will encounter some barriers along the way. There's always going to be some political news that comes out that will be unfavorable. Yeah. Apparently Trump's favorability odds also swung once again back in his favor. I want to see if any odds on Polymarket have changed in terms of who is going to win the... Oh, now we're betting on a ceasefire here. A high percent chance that it comes by April 30, for sure. Which is good. We don't want this to last too long. By April 30, sure. 15% chance by March 6, so by 1 week. Seems like it will last a couple of weeks then. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Khamenei out as Supreme Leader of Iran by March 31st. Wow, dude. 100% chance. There you go. The guy is dead. He is out. Confirmed. And now this is who is most likely to join. It's Reza Pahlavi, in my opinion. When will he join? It's not even like a question of will he join. It's like when is he going to join? That's interesting. And also, what was I looking up? Democrats, what's it called? Midterm. What am I looking at here? No, that's not what I'm looking at. That's not what I'm looking for. Dude, what is the question? Who will win the midterms? Is that not going to show it anymore? I don't know, dude. Republicans. I'm just probably not searching it up by the right thing. Come on. Yeah. Will US or Israel strike Iran first? They kind of both did. Will Khamenei leave Iran? Yeah, he's gone, dude. Okay. Yep, that is the world for you. I think I'm done now, yeah. Alright guys, that's all for tonight. Thanks so much for watching. Crazy. Hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe. I will see you guys tomorrow then. We'll see what continues to develop. Probably just more missile strikes, but who cares? We're safe. We're fine. Yep, thanks for watching. Have a great